to this week's edition of Real Estate Today, brought to you as always by Evans & Evans Real Estate. Today we're going to be featuring a beautiful home here in Sullivan County. You have to stay tuned for that. Right now we've got realtor Karen Jenkins with us to talk about a really important topic, and that's when it comes to listing your home. Karen, thanks so much for hosting us today.
You're welcome. You know, the market is so hot right now. A lot of people think, well, how hard can it be? Let me just stick a for sale by owner sign in my yard and sell the house. But there's actually a lot of reasons that you should use a professional real estate agent, of course.
And one of those is that relationship that you guys have, because it is a very lengthy process. It's not just a matter of, oh, they offered me the money and we're good and we're done and we walk away.
It sure is. I mean, once upon a time you could say, oh, I'd like to buy your house. Here's a check. Here's the deed. Shake on it. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is now. There's a lot of liability that comes with selling your house. All real estate agents, we're required to carry E&O, which is emissions and errors insurance. So that protects us, protects you. We take on that liability. If you sell your house for sale by owner, there's a lot of things that could come up along the way that could leave you open for some legal action. We have a lot of paperwork, which I know a lot of people are like, why so much paperwork? But if you read through those contracts, any and every possible scenario, I think, is covered in those. And it's just, again, to protect the buyer, protect the seller, and make sure everyone's on the up and up along the way with every scenario.
And I think, of course, one of the big myths that's out there is if you sell your home, then you make more money. But in the long run, that's really just not the case.
No, it's actually statistically proven that for sale by owner homes sell lower than what they do typically with a real estate agent. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. For one, you may not know how to price your home properly. As a professional real estate agent, we know the market, we know what your home can bring, and we're going to give you those tips to make sure that you sell it at the absolute highest price. We come in and we take professional photographs, we do videos. I do little videos, you know, like almost like a little news program that highlights your house, and so you're just going to get more money for that. You know, if you're selling your house by owner, you've got to show them your house, and that's can kind of be an uncomfortable situation sometimes, because when you've looked at homes, you want to go in and be like, oh, I don't know why they did that, you know, and you don't feel comfortable saying those things in when the homeowner's there. So it gives you the freedom to leave, have a professional real estate agent show your house, and it just makes the whole process a lot more smooth. And there's, you know, we always say you're actually selling your house 3 times. You're selling it when you get that first contract. You've got to sell it again after a home inspection. When things have come up on the home inspection, you have to kind of renegotiate who's going to take care of these repairs, etc. And then, of course, you're hoping that it appraises for the right amount, and that's the 3rd time that it sells. And your agent is there to walk you through that entire process.
Plus, having that representation, that relationship with someone that can walk you through every step of the way, so you're not Googling what does this part of the transaction mean.
Exactly. So there's been so many things that could come up over the course of a transaction that you wouldn't think about. What happens if the heat pump goes out the day of closing? We've come to do the final inspection and people haven't even started packing up their stuff yet. So there's a lot of crazy things that have happened that your real estate agent is going to stay calm, negotiate for you, you know, take care of all those situations. And honestly, at the end of the deal, I would hope that you would feel like your agent had earned their money, that you have a great relationship with them, you realize the value in hiring that agent, and at the end of the day, you've hired the agent for you. I mean, if you're going to get ready to list your home, interview a couple different agents. There's nothing wrong with that. And see which one you click with, that you have the best relationship with. Get an agent that's really there to work for you, as an honest person, not in it for the money, but that can walk you through this really exciting and sometimes scary life-changing event like selling your house.
Yeah, it can be very overwhelming. You want to make sure you leave it to a professional. Plus, I feel like you all have the resources and the tools available to you to really get that home on the market in a way that the sign in the yard is just not going to do.
For sure. I mean, every day we have buyers calling from California and Florida and Michigan and California. A lot of folks from California. And if you just have a sign in your yard, they're not going to drive by and see that home for sale. So we have the resources to get it out there, to talk to people, and show your home through the internet, through videos, that sort of thing, and get it sold oftentimes to someone from out of state that never sees your house until they actually buy it. So
And in record time.
And in record time nowadays. But in the long run, again, you think this is such a hot market, you could do it yourself, but there's a whole lot of reasons why it's best to leave that to the professional.
Yep, certainly some important information. Karen, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, of course.
If you would like to get a hold of Karen, here is her information, and of course you can always find her at Evans & Evans Real Estate. Here is the website as well and the office number. Hey, when we come back, we're going to take a tour of this beautiful home right here in Sullivan County. You've got the golf course on one side, the pool on the other. It's summer recreation at its finest.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by